Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A man freed from prison after spending more than 7 years behind bars for a crime he did not commit. He is now suing and looking for an answer on how it happened.
I want to know why they accused me and why they badged me and kept telling me 16 times, you did it, you did it, you did it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Mac Howell was convicted in August of 2016 of the armed robbery of a 7-Eleven in East Point. The suit alleges a detective on the case knew of a serial robber operating in the area at the time of the crime, but did not tell that to prosecutors or the defense. The suit also cites problems with the investigation and how Howell was deemed a person of interest by investigators. Well, Howell is now seeking $50 million against the detective who put him behind bars.
Will Jones is live and has been following this story for us today. He joins us with more. Will.
Kimberly and Devin, $50 million is a lot of money, but Mac Howell's attorney says his client lost out on so much in life while being in prison, and the detective must be held accountable. Mac Howell lives with nightmares after spending 7.5 years in a prison cell for a crime he didn't commit. He was convicted in an armed robbery at a 7-Eleven in East Point in 2016 and sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison, basically a life sentence at his age.
No, I was real lost. I was trying to figure out if I'm going to do life in prison.
Howell has been a free man since March. The Macomb County Prosecutor's Conviction Integrity Unit overturned his armed robbery conviction due to evidence that was not presented at his trial, including a serial armed robber targeting 7-Eleven stores at the time. Now Howell has filed a $50 million lawsuit against East Point detective Matthew Hambright. Howell's attorney, Wolfgang Mueller, says Hambright was in charge of the case.
We're suing because it comes down to this. Hambright chose not to disclose the evidence of a serial robber that the defense was entitled to.
Mueller also accused Hambright of convincing the 7-Eleven store clerk to identify Howell as the robber, despite her having only seen the robber's eyes.
And in our criminal justice system, we can't get him fired, and we can't put him behind bars. All we can do is get the amount of compensation that balances out the harm that was done.
Hambright is listed as deputy police chief in East Point. We reached out to East Point police about the lawsuit, and Devin, I was told by the chief, no comment.
We will stay on it. All right, Will. Well, we are also still following the developing story out of Washtenaw County. A rescue operation wrapping up after a man and a young child fell out into the water at Horseshoe Lake.
Yeah, the sheriff department confirming to Local 4 a 63-year-old man and his 3-year-old grandson were in the water. Tim Pamplin is following this story for us tonight.
Various law enforcement agencies made their way to Horseshoe Lake along US 23 in Washtenaw County. The 911 call started coming in shortly after 9:30 this morning.
There was, fire department was down here. Huron Valley Ambulance was here. Northfield Township Rescue Boat came in first. And then Washtenaw County Sheriff, 2 boats came in after that.
Neighbors tell Local 4 that a man in his 60s along with a young boy, 3 or 4 years of age, were inside a canoe when it flipped over, setting them both in the water. The little boy was wearing a life vest. He was quickly rescued. The search for the man in his 60s took a lot longer, finally finding his body at around about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now, Horseshoe Lake is a private lake in Northfield Township. Neighbors say the man and the young boy were in town staying at an Airbnb with other family members when the tragedy happened.
The dive team asked me how deep the water was, and I said probably 20 to 30 feet.
So to recap, a man said to be in his 60s on a canoe with a young 3 or 4-year-old when they both ended up in the water, the young child being rescued. The gentleman in his 60s, his body has since been recovered. The Sheriff's Department wants to put out the message tonight, always, always wear your life jacket. That is the scene in Washtenaw County. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
New tonight, a Maryland teenager has been arrested after police say he was linked to threats made against Oxford High School. Oakland County investigators say the 17-year-old was charged with multiple crimes, including threats of mass harm. Police say the teen made a series of threatening phone calls to a number of Oxford students, as well as a 39-year-old woman. In one call, he allegedly told the students he was going to shoot up their school. He confessed to police after being interviewed. Police say no firearms were found in the suspect's home.
The Dearborn Fire Department chief was arrested early this morning for suspicion of drunk driving. 44-year-old Joseph Murray was taken into custody around 2:45 after police say he was going 60 in a 45 on Telegraph and swerving around the roadway. Officers say they did a field sobriety test and blood test at the police department. Results of that blood test are pending. The city's mayor's office issuing a statement tonight saying it's taking the situation seriously and that when more facts become clear, the appropriate action will be taken. We'll keep you updated on this story as we learn more.
Day 5 underway in the trial of 3 men accused of aiding a plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Eric Molitor and twin brothers Michael Null and William Null are charged with providing material support for a terrorist act, along with some weapons charges. Today, prosecutors went through some of those weapons and got some tactical gear the defendants were allegedly prepared to use. These pictures were taken after search warrants were executed back in October of 2020. Attorneys say testimony is expected to go throughout this week as well as next.
St. Clair County police say they have arrested a suspected meth dealer based out of a motel. 37-year-old Kari McMurtry of Port Huron has been charged after investigators say they found a dealer's quantity of methamphetamine and scales. She faces charges including possession of meth with intent to deliver and maintaining a drug house.
Police in Chesterfield Township investigating a man's death as a hit-and-run accident. They were called to Cotton Road near the I-94 overpass early this morning, and they found the man's body there. He was a 42-year-old from Chesterfield Township. Investigators believe someone driving a black Jeep Grand Cherokee, which may look like this one, hit the man between 11:30 last night and 7 o'clock this morning. So that's a span of quite a bit of time. The Jeep would have damage to the passenger side headlight area. So if you can help in this investigation at all, Chesterfield Police would like you to call. Odds are you have heard of Narcan before. It's the life-saving medication that can reverse an overdose of opioids, including heroin, fentanyl, and some prescription medications.
Well, the CDC says in more than 1 in 3 opioid overdoses, bystanders were nearby. So getting more people quick access to Narcan could potentially save countless lives. And that's exactly what one public school district is looking to do. Pamela Osborne is here now from Hamtramck, where an effort is underway to get Narcan boxes in every building.
Yeah, you can actually find them in every single school here in the Hamtramck School District, including elementary and middle schools. Here at Hamtramck High School, these seniors are even trained on how to use it. Here in Hamtramck, one person overdoses each month, and Narcan, the overdose reversal medication, is used 4 times a month.
In a small community like this, that's pretty large. And if it's your child, then it becomes a real statistic.
It was those statistics that got Virginia Skinarts of the Piast Institute thinking.
It can happen anywhere, and it certainly can happen in schools.
Her idea to get Narcan boxes in every school within the district.
Sometimes seconds matter.
Hamtramck High School principal Lauren Strouder is approaching the new school year knowing they have yet another life-saving tool within their reach should they need it.
It's just the days and times that we live in. We got to be prepared for the unthinkable.
And they are prepared. Thousands of boxes have been distributed district-wide. School staff, teachers, and high school seniors have been trained on how to use it. It's all available for free thanks to the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network.
I just think about all of the families that could have been affected in negative ways.
CEO and President Eric Doa says he's happy to extend that opportunity to save lives to even more young people.
If the only thing that's preventing us from doing it are a few more dollars, then let's find the dollars, because those dollars are not equivalent to lives.
And it was a grant from that organization that made all of this possible. Thursday is Overdose Awareness Day. The superintendent also weighing in on this, noting that in 2 years, overdose deaths went up nearly 50%. She says that schools play a critical role in this battle, and that education, learning, resources, and support for students can really help make a difference. Reporting live in Hamtramck tonight, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Pamela, thank you.
Residents across Florida preparing themselves for Hurricane Idalia. These are live pictures at what is, of course, classically the calm before the storm. This is the scene in Naples, though not that calm as you look at the waves coming in now.
Yeah, a hurricane warning stretching over much of the state's western coastline. Idalia is expected to produce dangerous winds of up to 115 miles per hour. This one's shaping up to be pretty scary, Kim.
This one is. It will be historical if it goes right in where we think it will, right around Big Bend in Florida. That's where it goes into the Panhandle just outside Tallahassee. Winds could be as high, in fact, over 125 miles per hour, which could put it as a very strong Category 3, perhaps even a Cat 4. It's just going to really depend on a few different factors, but one will be speed and how long it sits over this very, very warm water over the Gulf of Mexico, which is the fuel that Idalia needs. Right now, as of 5 o'clock, 100-mile-per-hour winds. It is a Category 2. But as it moves toward the coast overnight tonight into tomorrow, it could develop into, again, a high-end Category 3, perhaps as high as a Category 4. By the time all is said and done, there could be as much as 15 feet of storm surge in an area that has never seen a hurricane this size. The last one was in 2016. That was Hermine. That was only a Category 1. So this will be a historical event for this part of Florida.
All right, Kim, a quick update on how Idalia is affecting travel. All flights from Tampa International Airport have been canceled for now. That, of course, is right in the path of the storm. Flights not the only thing, though, being impacted. Amtrak is also, that would be Amtrak. Amtrak is also canceling several trains and modifying routes in advance of the storm as well. We will stay on it.
That we will.